On to the first topic, and this one's a doozy because I've seen a lot of like online chatter about the kind of state of UK rap as far as the women are concerned. I feel like there's a lot of like divided opinions as far as like where it's going, where it's at. You know what I mean? The talents of the kind of rappers involved, and I kind of just wanted to have a discussion about the state of UK rap for the women. I remember writing an article last year, and I think it was after the BBC basically did a cypher with a lot of different UK rappers, and the general consensus was with the women that were on the cypher. I think it was Shah Simone, I think Cristal was on there, I think Miss La Familia was on there, that they were the best ones. And the premise of my article was that like the women of UK rap are going to have like a great year because there's so many now and there's so much range. So yeah, a year later, I guess I kind of just want to see where we're at with it.
That was last year?
Yeah, early 2022.
Was that a prediction for last year or this year?
Last year.
Okay.
And your prediction went?
I mean, Sims did well.
Yeah.
Flahia released a debut album. Banks released a tape. So yeah, I mean, they've been doing bits. Like they've been making themselves known, and you know, a lot of them are more popular now. So I guess in a sense, I was right, I guess. But where do you guys sit with it? And I imagine they're from different vantage points as well, because obviously some of us have listened to more than maybe others. What do you think, guys? You know what? All right, you know what I'll do?
Go on.
I will play something.
I don't want to start, man. I don't want to start.
That bad?
No, I just don't want to start, man.
All right, you know what? I'll play something. And this came out recently. So Trillary Banks, she's Leicester. She's from Leicester. She's a rapper. She's been doing it for a few years. She basically went on the Winners Talking podcast and basically had an opinion about UK rap as far as women are concerned, and it divided a lot of people because of what she was saying. So let me just play it.
Who's the top 5 female MCs?
Don't have.
You have?
5.
Right, any order. 5.
Okay, in all time.
Females in yeah, go on.
MCs, rappers, Lil Kim.
UK.
Hey, you know what's mad? All UK people have
they try.
struggle.
They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it.
To big up
See?
UK.
Let's
Everyone
break
we've
the
asked
shackles.
this question to, they
It's
struggle.
not about big up. I can
Not
say.
even big up,
Then
but
say
it's like
who they are.
No, but you're saying top. I don't have a top 5.
Then give me 5 that you rate.
5 that are good at what they do.
That
See,
you
all
rate.
of
I
that,
said.
it's just-
I want those
I
words.
don't
5.
really rate them.
You see what I'm saying?
I
That's
don't
why I
really
can't get my
rate
movie long.
But no, but
I don't rate them because of, it's not just me coming to you as some little rapper new get. I don't rate them. No, I don't rate them because of how they move, because of how they go on. I've met enough of these guys. You know who you are. I don't rate you.
Always send
I don't rate you.
Always send
I don't rate you.
24/7.
No, I don't rate
Always
you.
send
Like it's cool. There's certain girls that can rap. I can rap. Nole can rap. Steph can rap. Miss Banks can rap. Like there's girls that can rap in it. But to say I've got a top 5, like yeah, my top 5. There's barely.
You don't want to sound like a fan.
Is there barely
You
5?
don't want to sound like a fan.
It's
innit?
not. If
Yeah.
I'm a fan of someone, I'm a fan of them. There's no female rapper like from the UK that I can say like, yo, like full on, I'm a fan of. I want to be. I love.
impressed you.
Do you know what? I love women. You know, like no homo. I love women. I love women. I love men, but I love women. I'm not against women at all. I'm straight, but I love women. If you come through and you're dope and you're doing your thing, like as it stands now, I said to you, I think the game is meaty. I've not dropped tunes for 1 year.
Yeah, I
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's happening? What are you lot doing? Because Trillary's just some Leicester girl. She's not even like, yeah, whatever. Like you miss my name at these conversations. Like you don't bread it. Like, come on. So what are you gal doing? Because I've took a year out. I don't see you gal doing nothing. I want you to do. It's your scene. You lot are from like the London. This is your scene. Say, man, I'm from Leicester. Who am I? Do you understand? What are you doing? So I can't give you a top 5 right now. The female scene's meaty. I said it. I want to see more. Or I'll just come and start cleaning up and you lot are going like I'm not doing a damn thing, like, oh, it's just Trillary ranting again. But bar for bar, like, let's start doing some reviews podcasts, eh? Because my name's not getting missed out of these conversations. When I drop tunes, there's not meaty bars. Whether you want to take them in or not, that's totally up to you. I can't give you a top 5. Women, step up, let's go.
Yo, can I just say something first of all?
Don't you?
The Leicester accent is the equivalent of Baltimore.
Have you man heard the way Baltimore people spoke out?
Nah.
That's the exact same way she.
Oh, the wire and that.
Yeah, really. I'm telling you, they're the Baltimore of the UK. Number 2. Yeah, me, I might miss this side.
Yeah, started.
Yo, I might miss this side.
You know what?
Yeah, me, I might miss this side with Trillary Banks. Be honest with
I think
you
her
now.
self-awareness isn't really self-awaring, if
Well,
that's
I mean,
a word, because if she says she hasn't dropped since last year and she's saying that she's not really in the scene, she is in the scene. She's absolutely in the scene. And she's speaking about meaty bars when I don't think she's the most amazing rapper either. So it's kind of like, who is she comparing herself to?
She couldn't even tell you because apparently there's in the top 5 of UK women in rap, which is
I slightly think she gave herself a bit of a cop-out as well.
how so?
In saying that, you know, I'm from Leicester, I'm not from London, don't make me come true and clear. Like, okay, do it. Come true, you're part of the scene. Like, it's not just a London thing, it's a UK thing. And you're very much a part of it, so come through, do something. Because I think people are still, actually, no, I don't think people are even waiting for her to do much, to be honest.
I mean, I'm definitely.
So, I don't know.
Like, she makes decent music, and you know, she's kind of always made decent music, and I guess she's got a chip on her shoulder because London is seen as the metropole, and Leicester's a little city, and she feels like she's doing better than all of the London gal, and it's like, okay, cool, that's your opinion, but when we really look at it from a bird's eye view, is that correct? Like you said, you were active, you haven't been active for a year. Sims dropped 2 albums last year. Flo Hio dropped an album. Miss Banks dropped a tape. Loads of people have been active.
Simone dropped a tape.
Charles Simone dropped a tape. Very good tape as well. Right. I don't really understand her vantage point there.
I guess it depends on the expectation of certain artists, certain like female artists, because if you're expecting someone to come through and like drop an amazing project and like, I don't know, do amazing numbers like on the mainstream and that, then maybe you're going to be a bit disappointed because, you know, there aren't many women MCs that can do that here. So I think it depends on what your expectation is. I mean, obviously you got Miss Banks, Steph London and that. Sims will do what she does, but I don't know if the numbers will be there. So I guess it depends. But then, or if it's like just artistry that you're after, there'll be bare women that can give you that.
Yes.
So I think it depends on what your expectation is. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about it.
Yeah.
It's literally artistry versus if you're looking for someone to sell. I didn't know Steph London still raps, but that's neither here nor there.
Wow.
She absolutely.
She does.
Wow. did you release a song like recently?
Yeah.
But I agree with you in terms of it comes down to if it's artistry versus sales. If you want someone that's just pure artistry, you've got that in the female rappers. Selling, I don't know if we've ever, not ever, because Miss Dynamite I think so, but I don't know if recently we've had anyone chart topping like that from a female.
Yeah, that was Sims. Her album went number 3.
Oh yeah.
She won a Mercury Prize as well.
Big up. See? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's goated as well though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, I
But
can't.
she had to work her ass off to get to that point. She's been in the game for years.
Yeah, precisely.
It takes a lot more for female rappers to get to that point.
Absolutely. I think it has a lot to do with their relationship with the industry, what the mainstream considers popular, and more often than not, it's not from women, especially black women. And they're up against it.
Especially with, I think, the content she was making. Because of what she was rapping about. Because it was...
Sims?
Yeah. It was just always going to be... There's an extra layer of barrier of a lot, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want to say it was radio songs like that as well.
No, you know.
Because I don't know if she made radio songs like that for a little... Like
Woman.
Yeah, woman.
Woman was actually, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if...
Well, I mean, like 6 Music and like Worldwide FM. It's not like mainstream
not like
radio.
mainstream radio. But I think it's actually easier for women to connect to the wider audience if they're talking about what Sims is talking about than if you're going all girly, because I don't think the UK is ready for that kind of girly rapper like Ivorian Doll.
Yeah. No,
It doesn't. It's not very. It's not as.
It's still conservative
connect
somewhat.
to the masses. Yeah.
Yeah, because even to take it back to like Speech the Bell, she won the Mercury Prize in 2009. She doesn't rap about anything like IVD. Nole kind of doesn't really, kind of does, but she's more lyrical with it. And yeah, we love her, but the wider scene probably wouldn't be able to know who she is, sort of thing. And I agree with your point about like the UK not really being ready for that in the way that, you know, we've kind of seen, especially in the US recently, with so many different artists coming out and being that way and them being received in a much better way.
Why do you think that is?
Culture thing,
yeah.
But I think TikTok might change that, because you know that Digger tune with IVD and she's talking crud on the.
Yeah.
That's going viral. They need to drop that because they missed the boat, in my opinion. But that's a whole other thing.
Because that went viral a while ago when she's twerking.
It's still,
That
it's
went.
still kind of going viral. Like that TikTok bridges the gap. It takes us out from the UK and into the global market. But in the UK, nah, we're too conservative.
Yeah, because she got blowback for that. She got mad blowback for that video. That little 15-second teaser. She got mad like, what's going on? What you doing? The UK is very, very conservative when it comes to female rappers.
And plus, if we're talking specifically about IVD, the fact that, you know, I don't know if you guys have been really paying attention to her label situation, and the fact that her label is just basically like not allowing her to drop music.
Who's she signed to?
She signed to Ollie Ashley, who founded Radar Radio. And there was a whole thing, I think it was maybe last year or the year before, where she was basically like locked in her contract. She couldn't release music, she wasn't getting money, sort of thing. And she put it on Twitter and everything. So that's something that women have to deal with as well. I mean, that's something all artists have to deal with, but you know, a lot of women get taken for idiot as well. Sims, like the fact that she wasn't even able to tour, she couldn't afford to tour in America, sort of thing. So there's still these industry challenges that they're still having to overcome. Their perception that they get fucked over by, you know, labels and all that stuff as well. They have to do with so much while also trying to be creative and artistic and trying to make money and trying to make a living. Like it's a lot.
Okay, so you've spoken about the politics that go into being like a female MC as well. If we're looking at it like purely from the standpoint of being creative, is the scene meaty?
I mean, you know what I've said.
You've said
No, but you said that about the scene. We're talking about just the pool of women now.
Yeah, to me,
is it meaty?
To me, depends on what we're looking at. Racial-wise, it's meaty to me. There's elites there.
No, not ratio, just quality.
From what I hear,
it doesn't matter how many women we have, just the quality of music that we're receiving from these women.
Our class has meaty.
By quality.
You decide.
I mean, music that I enjoy, yeah, absolutely. Sims, Banks, Stefflon, early Stefflon. Any just dropped a tape, banging. Flahio, Bex, Monzo, Cristal, Sharsim, there's loads, bro. Shabo, Lexamore, Daya, Drea Mac, there's loads. And the content is good. It's a mixture of like barry stuff, sexy stuff, like fun stuff. Like there's a lot of range when it comes to the women as well. They're not just defined by any one thing. I mean, you've listened to Flaha's album.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like, there's no other album like it in the UK, men or women, sort of thing. So they're definitely pushing the boundaries creatively. And it probably isn't translating in a lot of ways. I mean, fans, I don't know how receptive they are to women as well.
Do you think that's because we're still so early on in the UK music phase?
We can't keep saying that.
I was about to say that as well.
How long are we going to keep saying that for, bro?
How long it takes? We've just started making albums. We weren't making albums like this on a consistent basis.
Miss Dynamite though.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, no, Miss Dynamite was, but I hear you. But my point, we weren't concentrating on music like this. It was more freestyles on the road. I'll give you a tape if I can. There wasn't a core fundamental focus on music like this.
Okay, but we have been for like the last like 5 years, right?
Yeah,
okay, cool. So how much longer do you?
5 years is short, bro.
Compared to like the US.
You man won everything in football in 5 years, and now you're dead. Like 5 years ago.
That was so unnecessary, man.
That was 10 out of 10, by the way. That shot, but like that's how short 5 years is.
And I hear you. But okay, cool. In the last 5 years, how many women MCs have we experienced, and how many projects have come from these women?
Sims, but we keep saying Sims.
But how many? So the Bankses, the Stefflon Dons, all these artists have given us mixtapes and albums, no?
Yeah,
exactly. So we can still judge it. You can't keep saying, "Oh yeah, how long have we been making albums for?"
No, but it's still we're in the first. I'll say we're still in the first phase of female MCs coming through, like in abundance.
Are we though?
In an abundance. This is the first time a lot of females in abundance. We're still in that first phase. Like, of course, 99% of them are going to be whack because. That doesn't even sound right.
That's not true.
I take it back.
I just want to take it back to like Lady Sovereign and Nole and Baby Blue and them.
I said that so quick, man. I don't. But like, as in, if we're still in the first phase, I don't expect everyone to be great. That's what I meant to say.
Right.
Like, I don't expect all of them to be great if it's still the first batch that's coming through. Do you know what I mean? Because some of the first rappers that came through in the UK, yuck.
Plus, I feel like they're still feeling their way out. Like, obviously, Sims has been dropping albums for like years, but there's lots of people who haven't. Flahio dropped her debut album last year. She's been active since like 2016, 17 sort of thing. So I think it's a lot of like laying the groundwork for them to be able to release something that is then received well, sort of thing. And I feel like people are in certain phases of that where they're leading up to that sort of thing. And you know, that's fine because creatively they're trying to find themselves and you know, maybe by the time they release that album, they'll be more complete and then they'll be more receptible to a wider audience.
There was a female rapper that I thought was gonna blow though.
Who?
Lady Lisha.
She's
I
still
thought-
amazing.
Not
though.
as if she's amazing, but I just looked at it as if I don't
She was
know.
gonna go to that
she
next
still,
point.
yeah, like I can't knock her. Like she still had a great, like still has a great career. But I just looked at it as like you're gonna be the one that uncovers. Do you know what I mean? Just unlocks it and just it is because I think she's got everything. If you
Yeah,
really
she doesn't have that quintessential projects that we know her for.
Yeah, but she's got everything. She's got the look. She's got the bars,
Skills,
she's got
yeah.
she's got that
Yeah,
buoyancy,
yeah.
the banter. She got everything to me, and I always thought she was gonna be the one that's bridges that kind of gap.
I do wonder why that is though, because the talent is there, but the projects is lacking far and few between across the board. It could also be like if you look at the support that male rappers get from the industry versus female rappers, just like in terms of, I'm not talking about PR or anything, I'm talking about artists like sharing like, oh, this person make them go number one. I don't see that as much with female rappers or
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when Steph had was it Before Hurting Me? She had a song, I forgot what it was called. People were listening to it, but I don't think people listened to it for it to chart. Does that make sense? There was no real backing. I'm trying to remember the song she had. The song she had Before Hurting Me.
Can't remember.
And that leads quite nicely to another tweet from a rapper called Shady. She basically said, she tweeted this recently, "You man didn't respect, support or hail up women in the UK rap and grime enough when you needed to. Now the lack of so much shows and them man want to do, oh, we need to support women bare late KMT." So I guess it speaks to the idea of like,
Actually can't win.
but it speaks to the idea of like not really being there for women until it was convenient.
No. Like,
Is it convenient now though? What makes it convenient?
yeah.
I mean, the fact
certain
that
artists like Sims, it's convenient to support her now,
Why?
but because she
optics.
because she's like popping and
But then
she's
you can't-
recognized worldwide.
But then you can't win. So what if you don't support her? And you just don't support. Do you know what I mean? Like whether you support her now or you caught up, at some point it's on the men. Some of the men have now supported. Whether it took them a little while.
I don't
It's
think
still
Yeah, but could the support just not have been there for the artists that just weren't good?
I mean, there
Because
was,
it's not like all these women are heavy. Some of them aren't great. And maybe that speaks to why there hasn't been as much support. Sims is undeniable. And that's not to say there haven't been other women that haven't been undeniable too, but, you know, quality over quantity always.
Yeah, but why do women need to be undeniable when we've got H?
I mean, if you're speaking to me, you have to be undeniable, whether you're a man or a woman. I don't rate a lot of these men anyway.
That's a
So
genuine
I
question.
mean, you don't have to support a woman or anyone that you don't want to if you don't agree with or believe in them. But I think the point of the tweet was like, there were, well, in her opinion, there were people, women that were worthy of support that weren't being supported.
I think Dynamite, she was like, she got Mercury, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's an outlier. Same way Sims is an
But no,
outlier.
but the
exception.
point
Yeah,
I'm
that's
the point I'm
definitely.
making is that like quite early on there was support there. Maybe it hasn't been in abundance, but it has been for the ones that I think are deemed amazing.
I think support
We can't be
comes in
just be
different
supporting the
forms.
meaty
Lisa
ones.
Murphy had support.
So see what you said?
I think support comes in different forms as well because what about like marketing budget and that?
Okay.
Do women get as much support like money speaks a thousand words, you know what I mean? Like marketing can turn someone from meaty to amazing.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Do women get that? I don't know. I can't speak to that because I'm obviously not behind the scenes like that. But that would be an interesting question to ask a female rapper. Because as well, it takes more money for a female rapper to do like a music video because there's hair, makeup. A man can just shoot it on the block.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's facts. That's facts.
because
I think it depends on who you talk to because I think for me, I'm all about quality. I don't care about the budget in and how they market. I don't care about that.
But that
No,
makes
but
I
an
just
it
care
might
impact.
about
not
art.
get. No, but it might not get to you
Yeah.
without the budgeting.
And it might not, you don't
Me?
even realize it.
It might.
You know it's gonna get to me.
This
Alright,
guy-
Peter,
I'm an underground brother, so it's gonna get to me.
escape yourself for a minute.
Okay, cool. Let me pull myself out.
Yeah, pull
of it.
yourself away. The general music
Yeah,
fan.
general.
Okay.
A quality album's not going to find them without the right money
Yeah, man.
behind it,
Fine.
for the
Okay.
most
Man,
part.
don't-
right?
And it can tell the story of an album. Let me give you an example. Nines. His short films is part of the project. Like that's marketing. Like, and that makes the album even better than it is. Like the story behind it, like pushing the story behind it is like 50% of the project, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, not taking away from what he does. As I said, he's my favorite female rapper, favorite UK rapper. But it's a huge part in why people like him. So I think women, it's the marketing, and I don't know. I don't want to chat on anyone's teams or anything, but like I think it's a huge part. Like, I don't know if they're getting the support from their teams, and
It definitely plays a factor.
yeah.
Here's an
I
example.
don't know.
Here's an example. Flow. Flow have been behind the scenes, perfecting their craft all these years, and now they're in a position where they're getting pushed everywhere. They've now won the Brit Critics' Choice Award. They've won the BBC Sound Off sort of thing. That is marketing. As much as they're great artists, that's also marketing. So that's where marketing can take you. If they were just 3 girls on the block singing, it's not going to reach many people. So that definitely plays a part. And I feel like the industry as a whole, like it's an industry rule, obviously unofficial, that women aren't treated as well.
That's a fact.
Especially those with a darker hue.
I agree.
So you know that definitely doesn't help. Something like when Stefflon Don was coming up and she had Real Ting and 16 Shots.
That's what I was thinking.
When she dropped her project, that should have been a moment.
I'm surprised it wasn't.
It came and went.
Exactly.
That was mad.
Later, actually came up.
Exactly.
She actually had Hurting Me. She had
Hurting Me.
Yeah, she had like 3-4 songs where she came.
Quiet as kept. Stefflon Don has been making bangers for years,
I mean,
but she's not seen in this light because for whatever reason. You know what I mean? So it definitely helps.
With Steph, do you think the Dutchavelli thing?
I didn't want to say it. I genuinely was.
Do you think?
I mean, it probably helped.
Helped.
No, do you think it hurt?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
I think it hurt.
yo,
no. As far as like it helped, as in it didn't. It helped. Didn't not. Let me rephrase.
Yeah, please.
Let me rephrase. It helped the fact that she's now not where she's supposed to be. That's what I meant.
that Dutchavelli thing threw a grenade on her career, in my opinion.
But even before that,
Can't lie to you.
even before that,
there's a difference between falling off and we're never hearing another song from you again. When was the last? I'm not even trying to be disrespectful.
I mean, now she's doing like
the last song I heard from her was the one with that stupid song with Idris Elba and was it Wiley?
Both.
Yeah, mostly.
I like
Sorry,
it.
no, my fault. But that's the last song. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Post that. Have you listened to Stefflon Don post lockdown?
I mean, I just heard her doing acapellas over Last.
Yuck.
I listened to her Daily Duppy.
How'd that go?
That was good.
Oh, for real? I'll take it.
The free show she did on Funk Flex was cool.
What?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
cool.
Yeah.
That was good.
But to answer your question,
Yeah,
I
but
think
I can't
all jobs like
remember
that, I do think.
Yeah, okay.
Miss Banks as well. Miss Banks is someone who probably should be bigger.
I like Miss Banks' last tape.
Yeah.
So why do you think Banks isn't bigger?
Probably all of the above, of all of what we've mentioned. I feel like maybe she's not treated as a priority by the label.
She signed.
Is the music there?
For mainstream consumption, yeah, 100%.
But this one,
Snack.
Because I don't think we can escape that, man.
No,
That's a
but
huge part.
no, but Pete, it's not though.
If the music isn't like, then what do we expect?
You know how much bullshit the UK takes in music? Why do they have to be
Yeah.
this level when there's
Okay, maybe
nonsense?
that's where I'm struggling.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're-
I'm struggling to
you're-
remove
yeah,
my.
take
Yeah.
take
Because this is literally your definition of
Take your
bullying.
do-rag
It's no
off
one
for a
else's, sir.
Alright, fine.
Please,
Alright,
I'm
fine.
saying in terms of the amount of bullshit the UK accepts, the amount
Yeah.
of bullshit that charts. I don't want to keep naming people, but the amount of bullshit that chart. You can't tell me that Miss Banks
Yeah.
hasn't had a banger enough to be like. Why do they have to be? Why they have
Bro,
to
she's
be
got a
so
couple
many
bangers
different
on the
things?
tape.
It's
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
lopsided.
She's got a couple-
It's so
absolutely.
lopsided.
That tune with Naira Marley, like there's a couple.
Yeah, man.
Snack did well, but you know that also kind of came and went. But she should be bigger.
I think the UK's generally got, and I'm not even someone that keeps it. I generally think the UK has got a problem with backing female rappers, and I don't. I think it's just we're so conservative here. I think it's a conservative country. When you see a woman shaking her nyash, I have to look down.
Yeah.
It is what it is, bro. Fear my lord. You shake your ass, I'm looking on the floor like this.
Is that true, Mohammed?
Don't get me jammed up, man.
You edit that, man.
Brother, you set yourself up to get
Don't
jammed
get
up.
me jammed up.
My guy,
Come on down,
you set
fam.
yourself
Come on
up
down,
for the
fam.
drive-bys.
Can't lie, look down.
I mean, listen.
So we're talking about infrastructure then. We need better infrastructures in place. We need better
I just think
funding. What?
I just think the industry needs to care more, and by that, it's like the support. It's treating them as priorities in the same way that you would treat a male artist as a priority when it comes to budgeting, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to that sort of thing. The scene generally, the same way we rallied around Stormzy to get #1 for his first album, or rallied around Gets potentially charting and all that kind of stuff. Rarely see that with women rappers and women artists. We need more of that as well. So it's a general thing. But as far as like the state of the game, even outside of a mainstream perspective, I feel like it's in a healthier place, as healthier place as it's ever been, because you've got so many corners of the scene being served by women rappers, even if we know about them or not.
Absolutely.
So I think generally, as far as like the bodies and the quantity, and to some extent the quality as well, is in a good place. Maybe some things just need to be in place for them to be bigger, sort of thing, or for us to actually want to go out and support them if we feel like the music's good, sort of thing. So yeah.
Okay.
Fair dues.
So you did a prediction last year. What about this year?
This year.
Do you have any names that you think, yeah, they're going to go places?
Should name someone like Cream de Bella, fam.
Who?
I don't know. I just made up a name. He's gonna throw it.
Who?
I just mentioned a fake name. I was like, you're gonna mention someone I've never heard of. I know you've.
No, yeah, me like he's under the underground artist as well, isn't it?
Watching about there's a female rapper from Leicester called Cream de Bella.
Only one of us has a vinyl at home by an artist by the name of Smooth the Hustler. Moving forward.
That's him. Not even
Moving
looking,
forward.
that's you.
Moving forward.
So that's
How you sending for me? What did I do?
I heard your
Not even me.
I heard your under the underground comment, sir.
thank you, Yemi.
Oh, you heard that?
Of course I heard it.
Yemi, I appreciate you.
Of course I heard it.
Appreciate you.
My spidey senses tingle as soon as I hit underground. If Shaybo comes back, Shaybo. Because she dropped a good tape
She's
in
hard.
2021.
Yeah.
Dropped a good tape. Lexa Moore, she might be an acquired taste, but I really like her. John Glacier, who's a little bit further underground, she's kind of more experimental, but I like her. Dre Mack is probably going to have a good year if she releases music. Same with IVD. I feel like a lot of these artists that if they just put a run together and release music, it will start to connect.
Yeah.
So I just feel like a lot of them need to start doing that maybe. But I think it's a very open field.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of space for a lot of these artists to maneuver and be wherever they want to be great, all that kind of stuff. But I do think the industry does need to rally around them and just be there in a way that we are for the men as well. So.
Yeah, I just think it starts with their team because you can't. It'll be better if there's real love and support. Like people genuinely want to rally around you and support your thing and not fake.
Fact.
So it has to start with the team making sure there's something quality enough from everything, from the music itself to the marketing execution. And then I think once that's there, like Lil Sims did with Simbi, then the industry I think will naturally gravitate towards or should gravitate towards them.
Yeah, because ultimately, as much as we love Sims' success, that is just one aspect of what it is to be a female rapper from the UK. There are so many other different perspectives.
Yeah.
And we don't want to go down the rabbit hole of just the only person that can bust is someone who sounds like her or someone who is of that aesthetic, because there's so many different perspectives sort of thing. So I would be wary of that, the kind of, even though she's not conscious, but conscious leaning, kind of majestic type alt girl.
Yeah.
Like, more power to her and more power to all the alt girls out there. But there is another side that
Absolutely
does need servicing, because people want to shake their ass. People want to, do all that. You know what I'm saying? People want to feel sexy.
We need it all, man.
Yeah,
we need it all balance, man.
This country conservative. I pray. Don't get me wrong. I pray they all blow. I just think this country needs to get. Not needs to get out of it, is what it is. But I think England's always gonna be a conservative country. I think it's gonna be difficult for. I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong. I just feel like it's gonna be difficult.
I don't think it'll be difficult.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's happening, man. It's happening, and it's going to continue to happen.
It's
We
gonna end up
consistency. We just need consistency.
I'm not talking about anytime soon. I think with the next generation, as long as the newer generation stay here, cool, that makes sense. But we're still, depending on where you're from, we're still first, second generation here. We're still off our parents. Do you know what I mean? Off the parents' values. Whereas when you're so fresh off them values, it's hard to tune in. Whereas the more you're here, the more you just tend to. Depending on,
no, you're right. You're 100% right, man. Because when Miss Banks is very different to Miss Dynamite.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just
the women artists that were out, like when Miss Dynamite was doing her thing, is very different from the ones we have now. So it's taken that amount of time for us to be where we are now. But it's happening. So
over the next,
you know what I mean?
Like, look at me. I'm a big man. When someone shakes their ass, I look at my face. But I expect the 20-year-old to enjoy that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just naturally how it's going to go.
But that's from the artist and the fan perspective as well, because the fans are important. As the fans grow up, Gen Z and all the others, they'll probably uplift that music a lot more.
Exactly that.
As well as the other stuff as well.
Yeah.
So I think it'll kind of balance. Hopefully, it'll balance itself out.
Yeah.
But salute to all of them.
Are there
Big
any
up all
other
of them.
predictions that you guys want to make?
What, female rap?
Yeah. Or anything? What do you want to see? In you?
I want to see Shaybo do a thing. Miss Banks continues to do a thing. I want her to continue to do Sims. Yeah, man, I just want all the women to shine, man. You know what I mean? I'm here for all of it. It's very generic, but yeah.
No, I hear it. We need it.
I co-sign what he said.
I want to see IVD do a thing. I want to see a mixtape from IVD. It's time. It's time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Salute to IVD.
I'm watching Annie quite closely as well.
And any.
Yeah, I'm watching that really
her
closely.
new tape is very
Yeah.
dope. Shout out to Lil Kana on a dope verse as well. So, yeah, cool.
I salute.
Salute to all the women, man. Salute to all the women.
Always.
Salute to Trillary Banks as well, who got this all started. Like, obviously, again, it goes back to what we were talking about before in pre-pod about, feeling like you're the greatest. Even though she didn't say
Delusion,
that.
bro.
Even though
I
she didn't
told
say
you,
that.
delusion.
Okay.
Hey man, she sound like she's from Baltimore. You don't think I'm playing? You don't need to.
Bro, a lot of artists are
Sound like
delusional,
she's from
man.
Baltimore. You don't think I'm playing? I promise you. Watch The Wire and listen to her voice. It's the same thing, man.
Just to be clear,
not the
Peter's
same
not
thing.
calling Trillary Banks delusion.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying
I promise
some
you.
artists are delusional, man. I think you kind of have to be though. To be creative, you have to have. You can't be all the way there, man. That's what makes you a genius.
Fair dues.
That was a nice saving it.
That was a nice save. Yeah, me let him rock. Yeah, me let him rock.
I think it's true. No, I genuinely believe that though, man.
Yeah, me let him rock.
Most creatives are
I don't
not
completely
okay.
agree.
Let him rock, please.
Am I lying? Most
I don't
creatives are not
completely-
okay.
What'd you say?
All the way there. They're not all the way there.
I'm not okay.
Absolutely. You're mad.
Yeah, man. You listen to him.
We'll move on then.
But it's genius.
There's definitely genius in you.
Fair enough. Appreciate it.